Welcome to our podcast,
Talking Chapters.
That's good. I like that. The awesome twins.
Why not?
Twins. Triplets.
No, we're triplets. We're triplets out here. Not twins, we're triplets. Okay, so this is our first podcast. And as it's our first podcast, we're just going to do introductions. Tell you a bit about ourselves, who we are, what we do, things we've experienced in 2018. And we'll give you a snippet of things that we would like to delve into moving into 2019. So I'm going to let Cece talk first. Cece's shaking her head. What was that? What's the...
I'm like, Khalifa's always...
What, do we have to flip coins out here, pick straws?
Anyway, so I'm about to talk first.
Khalifa wants to talk, that's what I'm saying. You need to give us a mic.
2018 has been a roller coaster ride. I had such a wonderful 2017. Like, every goal that I set out, I achieved. I had like a fashion show in Chelsea. I sorted out my brand.
Success.
Yeah, it was really good. And then for some reason, because I had such a good 2017, in my mind, I was like, 2018 was just gonna, flow that way. Like, every goal I wanted to achieve was gonna happen. Okay. And to be quite honest, I don't even know how we're in December, but we're here, and I have not achieved anything. Like, I've got my set goals. No, okay, I would say I didn't push myself as much as I did in 2017 when I wanted.
What about more like understanding and more self-recognition and self-awareness?
It's made me realise that, like, as much the same drive I had in 2017, like, I want to achieve this. I need to kind of, like, time waits for nobody.
So would you say that 2018 was kind of like a gap year for you then? Where, you hit the clubs?
I hit the clubs. And I went to Nigeria in December, and I came back, and I felt like I've turned up all year, and I've got out my system, but I still want to achieve my goals anyway, regardless. I'm going to just push 2019. I'm just going to do it. So, yeah.
Hasn't 2018 just showed you more about self?
Most definitely. I've learned a lot. I've lost some
that
people. I've gained some people, So, yeah. It's
all about growth.
Yeah, it's about growth.
And that there is a lot more said than actually, like, achieving. In that sense, like, you have achieved more within self than materialistic gains.
Yeah,
within, do you know what I mean, like, possessions. And I feel, the power of understanding self, because you're always battling self, 2018 has been challenging. However, it's been more of an understanding about myself and where I want to go, what it is that I've had to face, what it is that I've had to overcome, battle, and it set me up for 2019, because the same way I was just celebrating 2017 and saying, new year, new goals, etc., for 2018. But we're fast approaching 2019, so therefore it showed me within a year it can go like that. So, with that being said, you can achieve so much if you just set your mind, if you stay focused, determined, and not allow people to deter you away from where you need to be.
I find that comes with positioning yourself with like-minded people. Because I always believe, like, I want friends that are my cheerleaders. Like, you're cheering me on from the sidelines, and in return, I'm also cheering you on from the sidelines. And I think that it's important not even as women, because I'm not going to be sexist, but as human beings in general, we need to start surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. Definitely. You need to surround yourself with people who align with you, believe in your destiny, believe in your growth, believe in your progress, believe in your purpose. Because there's no point having somebody that's not going to support you, that's just dragging you.
I second that. I do believe that you need the right connections, but ultimately, I feel like with every goal that I wanted to achieve, like, I feel there's a saying that the greater the level, the greater the devil. Like, even this year, for example, I said I wanted to, like, enter into a charity boxing match. Sadly, that didn't go ahead. But when I told my friends and family, some people laughed at me. So I feel like but the thing is, I'm saying that
the wrong people laughed at you.
I'm saying that ultimately, like, it's good to have the right associations, but you will still need to push you. one thing that I realized is that when you're in the boxing ring of life, you're fighting yourself. You know, you're going to have to push yourself. You're going to have to associate with yourself. The same people that you want around you to push you, to motivate you, that's the person that you should be. Personally, that's what I do with myself anyway. So that's what I think. It's good to have the right associations, but ultimately,
It's all about self, yeah.
It's all about self.
Okay, well, my journey is a bit different from both your stories. Sorry, girls. Sorry, girls.
Rally drum journey.
I feel like I've gone through life not knowing who I am, not knowing what my purpose is, not knowing what my destiny is, not knowing what legacy I could leave behind. So, in 2018, I was starting to become depressed. You know, just sleeping constantly. Like, my room was like a cave, my bedroom. Like, it was just a cave. I felt like I wasn't being productive. I wasn't applying myself. I was just, you know, it was just a mundane. It felt like Groundhog Day. Wake up, go to work, tend to the kids, come home. You know, on repeat. So, looking for answers, I went and saw a spiritualist, which I know for a lot of people is frowned upon. Yes, I know. So I went to see a spiritualist looking for answers, like an insight into my life, you know. So I went to see her now, and she done the reading for me. She did card reading, and she just read my aura in general. And there was two things she told me that has stuck with me. She said I needed to start praying. And I've been to see spiritualists before. It wasn't my first time, you know. I've delved in, like, going to have readings, and no one has ever told me I needed to start praying. And I feel like I'm going to cry, sorry. She told me I needed to start praying, and then she told me I needed to write a book. She told me I need to write a children's book, which is something I'm still battling in my mind, because although I have children, I don't feel like I can connect with writing a book for children, if that makes sense. So when she said I needed to start praying, I was like, wow. And she said, just pray about anything. It doesn't have to be nothing specific, but you really need to start praying. And then she said to me that I have an inner child in me, that I'm a very childlike person. And she said that I have a guardian angel, which is my sister, and she could see her sitting next to me. And she just said basically that I'll be fine, everything will be okay, but I just need to start praying. And she said some other things which I'm still battling with. I won't say now because this is not the X-rated session. So I'm not. And she said I should start dancing because she says as women, creativity comes from our womb. And she said I'm stiff around. Yeah, she said I'm stiff around here. I need to start winding my waist, start dancing. Yeah, and which I should wear waist beads, which I didn't invest in.
Yeah, so to make your bum bigger, those waist beads.
They make your waist. Supposed to make your waist smaller. No.
I'll go on.
So
stop.
Yeah. No, she said wear waist beads. She even said to me get a yoni egg, which I did purchase a yoni egg.
What's a yoni egg?
It's an egg you put inside of you.
I'm not about it.
Yeah,
it's not for everyone. Like, I'm not going to go into that because that's for another time. The X-rated talk. So she gave me all that advice, you know, and she said that I needed to connect with water because I'm a water sign. And she said water is my source. Water is what will, you know, replenish me, restore me, and renew me. So hopefully next year I can plan a trip. Hopefully I can plan a trip and go back to Nigeria because I'm from Port Harcourt, which is the river state. So she said all of that. So I left there feeling kind of like I knew now what I needed to do. I knew what, but I wasn't all the way there, if that makes sense. I still felt like there was something missing. So I just stopped watching TV.
Oh,
March. I came off of social media.
I wanted to reconnect with you.
Because what we need to understand, TV and listen to music is a medium. It's a medium that feeds the brain, and it's not necessarily feeding the brain things that's good for your soul.
No.
So I stopped watching TV.
I stopped watching TV.
So I stopped watching TV
ages ago.
And I started watching sermons on YouTube, and I must say, this man, he literally saved my life.
Oh my God. Who was he as reference?
Dr. Miles Monroe.
Oh wow.
He's dead now, but when he speaks, the way he speaks, it touched my soul. I felt like God was speaking to me through this man. So I started listening to his sermons, like really embracing the word of God, really embracing this man of God, like reading the Bible. And it's like everything I was thinking about myself, feeling about myself was in the scriptures. And I'll say that for me, my 2018, life started for me in 2018 when I started having a personal relationship with God. That's when life started for me. It's like I've gone through life feeling not confident, feeling I wasn't good enough, you know, not liking certain things about my image, you know, being a bitch. No, being a bitch, because that was like a coping mechanism for me to be, you know, off-handed with people, backbiting. And through giving my life to God now, I feel fearless, you know, I feel courageous. I don't feel like a coward. I don't feel like I have to get angry at every little thing. You know, I have a different perspective and mindset on life now. I feel like I'm more tolerant to people, more understanding, you know, and that's through God. So for me, my 2018 started with me giving my life back to God. And I can't look back. I can't afford to look back. I can only go forward. And through that, God has given me creativity, the passion for writing now. So that's, sorry, I've got to be emotional. That's my 2018. And obviously going forward to 2019, I believe for me, that's really going to be my year of breakthrough. At the moment, I see myself as a baby Christian, you know. I'm taking toddler steps, but in 2019, I'm going to be running. That's it for me.
In the spiritual aspect, no, it's crazy because you kind of like see, like what I always find is that although I would class myself as a spiritual being. Like I used to do tarot cards, like I used to, you know, meditate, etc., etc. But I always found that mediums, or, you know, I call them mediums, always were drawn to me. I've met 3 in my life, say. One in 2008 that kind of shed light on a lot of things about myself. 2010, he showed me a lot about my baby father and what I was going through. And then I met another one that I'm still kind of connected to, that will always call me and kind of say, see, you need to do this, or you need to look at this, you need to do that. One thing that I'm still battling with, because he told me I'm going to end up with a white man, and I'm still like kind of protesting about that.
Don't knock that
white Charlie.
White,
I'm not knocking nothing, but it's just something that, you know, I'm not very much like kind of like trying to it's either comfortable, but I don't see right now, and this is obviously my own perception, my own mindset, but it's not about that, because, you know, who you love, who you fall in love with is based on love itself. It's not based on colour, it's not based on race, you know. But he used to shed like a lot of light, you know, about stuff. But it's when I'm in a state of confusion or a state of just unknowing, I always feel, should I seek that guidance, which I've never so much done, but I've always thought about. So I will draw a tarot card. I will draw, you know, like I will go to certain readers and listen to. However, the one thing that 2018 has showed me, or even like a half of 2017 has showed me, is that my main source is God. And one of the second mediums was like, there's one thing about you, is you don't go for guidance in anyone else but God. You know what it is that you're doing. It's God that's leading you, and that's the one thing that I always kind of like showed me and kind of like set home within my mind, is the fact that I wake up, I pray. Whenever I need answers, I ask God and I see, you know. And it's like a part of the reasons to why, like, I set up like my company's based on I see you, is because I'm a very visual person. I see a lot visually. I see. I dream. I see. Like when I dream, it comes, like, it actually does come to play. Like, it's like precognitions or what's that word? Premonitions. Exactly. In that sense. So, you know, it's 2018 has showed me a lot about self, and what the one thing I felt that I struggled with was believing in self. I always used to doubt myself. I always doubted myself. I wasn't as confident in believing what I felt, what I knew was solid, was right, but that intuition that we all possess, that we all question,
we all got the gift of
is
discernment.
the whole, exactly.
Yes.
But it's the one thing that I can say, rah, boom, this person's not what they seem to be, boom. And yet you always feel like, because you have that big heart, you always feel like you need to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. Fuck that shit.
But I think like,
you know,
I believe in loving.
Intuition.
I believe in loving from a distance. You can even love from a balcony if you want to go.
Far.
Yeah, love from far. Love from the balcony if you really want to take it there. You know, sometimes I feel like self-preservation is you have to have self-preservation.
What has love taught you what have you learned from love in 2018 then?
I've learned from love that I was in a relationship on and off for the past 20 years, and that's due to me thinking. Well, part of it was being complacent. Part of it was thinking that this is all I can get. I'm not going to do no better than this. And I think self-worth, and that all stemmed from self-worth. Not, you know. And I was having sex with a person that I didn't even love. Yeah. No, it's true. I was having.
You calm.
Wow.
I can't stand this girl.
I can't.
Gotta
You
get
know,
yours.
sometimes you come, sometimes you don't. You know?
Then you need to come out my house.
You know, there's moments you got to finish the job off yourself. What can I say? But yeah.
I'm like, he was McDonald's.
Like, baby.
Fast food.
But that black D still don't satisfy.
You know.
I'd rather have
So I was with a man that, you know, I loved as a friend, but I didn't love as my lover, as my companion, you know. And I just think to myself, sometimes like we'll be having sex and I think to myself, what am I doing?
So you got to 20 years for you to recognise and wake up.
It wasn't
No, not
even
like that.
It was, you know what? He was my first love. I'd known him since I was 17. I thought like he was my, well, I'm not thought. At the time, I felt he was my soulmate.
We can get very,
You know,
like,
and I'm the kind of person. When I love, I love. When I don't love, I love hard. When I don't love, I don't love. I don't have a medium. I don't have that in between.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. And I was giving it my all constantly because I just felt like I've invested in this. You know, time, like.
Yeah, but with that, like, a lot of people, I hate when they say this crap about, you know, I've been with him for 3 years. Well, don't then waste another 3 years with this bitch.
But I was young. Like, he was my first boyfriend, first relationship. I was young.
So you learned a lot.
I learned a lot from. He was a freak. So
Okay.
I graduated from University of Freakdom. I've got PhD out here in freaknism. So you know,
Hey, babe.
yeah,
Have your way, love.
so you know. So yeah, so I learned from him. It might not have been all good, but it wasn't all bad either. You know, from him. I know what I want, and I know what. I know what I don't want. So
when did you find out? When did you discover that you didn't love him anymore? Then
when I was going through my journey, seriously, I was like, I was like going through my journey, and he didn't get it, you know. But I think when the shutters went down on the box, he knew what time it was. You know, when they're coming down slowly. Yeah. He knew what time it was. Yeah. So, you know, and I kind of like, it was weird because I kind of like gave him my blessing and consent to move on to find, you know, I said to him, look,
from when you don't care for man with anyone else, you're like,
I was like, you know, I know you're a man, you have needs, you have feelings. Because when a man tells you they have feelings, it's the feelings in their penis that they're talking about. It's not the feelings in their heart. So, you know. So,
some can be driven by that. You got
to think about it. When a man tells you have feelings,
so what? When a man tells you that they love you when you're having sex, they don't actually mean they love you.
I don't believe that shit. The pom-pom was just nice and tight.
The pom-pom, let me tell you, the pom-pom is hypnotic out here for men.
I've heard all this shit.
What do you mean? I get bills paid when
Yeah, you made it. However, are they with you now? They put a ring on it? No, what I'm saying is, they talk a lot in that moment. That's all I'm saying. They talk a lot in the moment.
The people have
It
man
doesn't
talking in
matter.
tongues, cooking
I'm
all
telling
sorts.
you. Like, I'll change a light bulb tomorrow. All sorts.
Because I'm,
Yeah,
I'm the kind of person, when we're having sex, do not tell me you love me, because we'll have to stop and you have to list what do you love about me.
Excuse me,
So-
stop, pull out.
Yeah, what is it that you love about me? So don't just throw it in there for special
Oh, yeah.
effects. Because I can start faking, moaning and groaning for special effects.
So
too.
you've never
So
faked it?
I've never
that's a
faked
topic
it.
for
Oh.
another. That's a
You've
topic for
never?
another night.
No,
Come on,
get the
ladies.
fuck off me.
Oh wow.
There's no faking it. The fuck?
Okay, Cece.
Sorry, I'm
That's-
so passionate about this shit, you know, because I go all in.
Look, let's keep that topic
Sorry,
for the
my bad.
for the
Sorry,
late
it's
night
like
edition.
2018.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
it.
ain't got
Let's keep
shit
that
like that,
juicy
but-
talk for the late night edition.
My bad.
Okay.
I need to choke some white.
So what's love taught you then, Cece?
Love taught me. 2018, it ain't taught me shit apart from love myself. No, because 2017, I thought I was in love, and that mofo like exited like straight out. So this is the thing, like, see, someone's wrongdoing does not never ever kind of steer me away from or leave me in a negative space. It just allows me to know that, alright, cool, that person is not obviously deserving of my love. That doesn't then deter me away from loving. See, I love hard, but I would choose to love the right person hard, as opposed to the wrong person, you know. So as well as having a son, knowing that, well, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm a unique slice of pie. Okay. Therefore, when a man is deserving enough to be in my life and can contribute to what it is that I have built, I will love the people that love me. And when that right person comes into my life, then we can mutually love each other, which means I will probably love him harder, or he'll probably love me harder. But I just haven't met the right person right now, so it hasn't kind of given me like a negative or like a bad taste in my mouth. It hasn't. It just showed me, well, see, just wait for the right person, and that's in God's timing. It's not in my timing. So why I always correct you in saying I want to find, no, fuck that shit. The guy will find you. The right man will find you, because it's the same in the Bible, which I'll probably quote incorrectly right now, but he will find you, you know, in that saying in, what's that? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm gonna have to bring my Bible to these sessions.
You need to.
We can't be trying to
and
put
a swear
He
jar.
who finds a good thing
and a
finds
swear
a...
jar.
Bible and a
Yeah.
swear jar.
Yeah,
But, you
Bible
know,
and a swear
in
jar.
that sense. So I don't believe in me going out to find a man. No.
You
The
know
man will
what?
find me, and I feel
I hear
women
that.
are too focused on finding something. What are you finding? Find yourself. And 2018 has allowed me to find myself, know what it is that I want. That's why a lot of guys are very intimidated by me, and I'm like, good, be intimidated, because what I bring to the table, I bring a
Yes,
lot.
guys, be
You understand?
intimidated. She headbutts.
I know. I don't
She
need
will
to put
headbutt
my head
you.
sensitive. I've got big forehead, but it's fine. I don't need to be headbutting no one. What I
Okay,
need to
alright.
know is the fact that, you know, I know what I bring to the table. I know what it is that I do. I'm not no gold digger. I don't need no one for nothing apart from love. And love is free.
But
Time is free.
Yeah, but we need to be
Time
careful.
is precious.
But we need to be careful with love, because I feel that love is overrated. Because people love their shoe.
No, flip
People
that.
love
No,
cars.
that
People
is
love McDonald's.
materialistic. No, materialistic gains is not love. Like, that is temporary.
Yeah, but
that
I get
that
that.
can go in a minute. Like, the same way my mum's house got robbed. She loved her valuable possessions, which shows her, listen, you got your life.
Yeah.
That is more precious. Therefore, materialistic stuff doesn't mean nothing to me. Like, someone can buy me something, I don't care. I want your time. Time you can't get back. Time is of essence. Time is valuable. I don't want you to buy me trainers or red bottoms. I don't overpay red bottoms.
Personally, I don't. That's not the way I love.
No, you don't. You look completely different from me.
Child, that's not the way I
Charlotte.
love.
I just think that when someone says they love you, does it really mean anything? Does that word love?
No,
is it even?
love-
Is it even?
Yeah.
It
Love-
does
the
it mean
meaning
anything
comes
now? Does it
applied
hold
with
any
effort.
weight? No, does it hold any
Applied
weight?
with effort. Applied with
Because
consistency.
I look at someone loving you, they should be able to anticipate your needs before you even know what your needs are.
effort,
That's what I
consistency.
see.
That's it.
Yeah, but so if a man never says he loves you, but he's
No,
showing
no
you,
one's saying.
you're cool with
No.
that.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
If a man loves me, right, then your time, your presence shows me more than you just buy me a gift and sending me a gift and just saying, baby, I love you.
Okay, cool.
Do you understand?
Okay,
His
I get
time, his presence, his essence. That's what I'm saying. You showing up for me, you being there for me, shows more than you just buying me things.
Okay.
Any man can buy you things.
Yeah.
I don't want a man to buy me. I can buy my own damn things. I want a man to show me time, his presence, like his effort.
You listen, guys.
He's like, he's
so you just want your time.
Yeah, just want time. Going into 2008,
You're
19,
rolling your eyes
guys.
like
Time.
Because all you need is just stand
You know what?
Big Ben.
You know what? I'm gonna have to
Just give it, just stand there.
Yeah,
Time.
I'm gonna have to start calling her Maxine Waters. She's reclaiming
You
her
know why?
time.
Because a lot
She's
of people
reclaiming her
out
time.
here, a lot of people out here will possess that they're busy, and they ain't busy.
Yeah, but you can't make that. Can't make that assumption.
No, what? No. A lot of people are saying that they're busy, but they're on the end of their phone. They're not busy.
They could be doing business.
Prioritization.
That could be business.
Prioritization. So what? So you will what? A man says that he's busy and will send you flowers and you're happy. We'll just show.
What's wrong with?
We'll just
Hold
show
on.
you
Why is flowers getting a bad rep
I'm
out
not
here?
saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just showing
The
you.
way she talking about flowers,
No, I'm
flowers
not
like they're
saying
about
that.
to become
I'm
extinct.
not saying that, but what I'm saying, flowers consistently, apart from a man showing up for you, what would you prefer? Materialistic things or time? His presence, his essence.
Sunita, I think that there needs to be an equal balance.
Yeah.
No, of course. However, but when
personally,
someone is not showing you that,
Yeah, by all means. You the same way we said earlier in regards to spirituality, that it's about having discernment. Yeah, you need someone that will give you the time. Equally, having actions as well, because with every action is a reaction. Yeah, so I personally, if a man's trying to approach me, I want your time, and I want you to show me as well. I don't mind the flowers.
yeah, okay, cool. But what is no?
Yeah, do you understand?
That is a different thing. But if he doesn't
we're
have
saying
the
that
time to show you,
yeah, but
then
you're
the time
saying
is
that
first
you're not about
priority.
materialistic
No,
things
I'm
as
not
well. We're gonna
saying
be sitting
that.
in the house. Yeah, you're
No,
giving me
I'm
all
not
the time,
saying
and then
that.
electricity goes out.
I'm what?
What?
I provide for myself.
I'm just saying, like,
What kind of stupid is that? My electricity has never gone out. I show up for myself.
I'm just saying that.
What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna be the mother
yeah.
of the group
No,
and break
for
this
a
up right
man,
now.
For a man to show up, he needs to then present himself. No,
But I'm saying that there has to be certain things set in
No, I
place.
hear
You can't
that.
just be like, oh, I'm here just giving you time. I love you. No, there has to be other things set in place as well. You can't just be like, yeah,
Like
have my
charging
time.
the electric key,
No,
so you're not
You're
sitting in
not
the
there.
dark.
But hold on. So what? So you would rather man just send you money and not show up for you,
I'm
and
saying,
just send you money.
Okay,
ladies, okay, ladies.
No, I know that there is an equal. However,
understand?
I
I
have
think I
had
need a
enough
hammer.
Yeah.
of someone
I need a
trying.
hammer.
Why? What for?
Like, I want to be a judge.
You're not Judge Sheddy.
Judge Sheddy. Order on this podcast. Order.
Let me talk.
There is a balance.
We hear men saying, I want a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. The same way, like, if that's your preference, that's what you want. You want a man that
This
can
is
give
exactly what it is that I
Yeah,
want.
that's what
Not
I'm saying.
not what you
that's
want.
What I'm saying.
Exactly.
Individually,
Okay,
we all have
we
our
all-
own different preferences.
Yes.
do you
Exactly.
understand?
We
You
all
haven't stated
want-
your preference.
She-
My preference is what
Yeah.
I've said, which is a case of what I want, because
Yeah.
I have had guys try and buy me. I don't want no one to buy me. I want someone to
But
show.
why would you
show me
see that
time,
as
which is
someone
valid.
trying to buy you? Because that could be stemming from some form of insecurities, that you see that a man buying you flowers, a man putting
No, like flowers
topping
is
up your
not even-
Oyster
it's
card.
even that.
What else do men do out here?
I have-
Top up Oyster
I
card.
have had
What
men-
else?
Buy wig,
Are men buying wigs out here?
No,
What else? No, come on.
because-
I need help out
You're
here.
ready, Sade.
No? Yeah?
You don't understand my journey to know what it is that men have done to show me, to fling money at me, to do things to show me that money is what is going to then buy me. Do
The
you
way I look
understand?
at it, as long as that man is not leaving money on the bedside table when he's leaving you, because that's what they do for prostitutes, it's all good.
No.
That's
Until
it.
you understand my journey, which is not even a guy
But my
placing money
Okay,
on me to do
can I
that.
ask you a question?
Go on.
Throughout our recordings of this podcast, are you going to share your journey with us so we can all understand?
Not right now, no.
No, not tonight.
Yeah,
not,
cool, yeah.
not tonight. But
Within
you
time,
know,
yes, I will do,
time.
because
I think for us
this
to
there-
understand what you're saying
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now,
Because you're making it seem
you
like
know.
you pay,
No.
for a date.
No.
Like,
you know, especially. So
No,
the
but
fact that
don't
you're
pay for
questioning
dates.
me
no,
is
I'm
no,
just-
you know. So it is a case of it, like, it is a case of, right, cool. What I have been through,
Okay.
I've been bought. Yeah, I have had guys try and show me. Boom.
Why can't I get
This
bought
is
out
money.
here, man? I can't even drop the mic. I got a bit drop the pen drop.
Friday.
Why can't I get bought out here?
This is from.
What am I doing?
This is from a young, confusing stage. Like, imagine that. All right, cool. Your daughter, right? You being oblivious to what it is that's going on, which I'm guessing, as a mother, no, you wouldn't even bypass, right? But your daughter is young as what? How old?
Just 30.
All right, younger than that. I've had guys try and chuck money on me and literally force themselves on me.
Okay.
In order to then buy me for what it is that I have, right? Of my innocence, right?
Okay.
So therefore, when guys are there trying to like buy me, so I'm like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Well, see,
What do you want from me?
I've never had that
You
experience.
wouldn't. You
I
wouldn't.
think that's
So,
the top. That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
times-
The thing is, because from you, when a man's trying to do for you, yeah,
I
don't have to know.
Wait.
Okay.
So when a man's trying to do for you personally, yeah, you're taken aback by that. Of
course I will.
Wait, due to your experience.
Exactly.
But for me personally, in my journey, when a man's trying to do for me, it's something that if I go, I'm Nigerian. So if I was to go out on a date with a guy that's ideally Nigerian, if I was to say to a guy,
Guys, get pen and paper
if I was to
and
say to a guy
take notes.
that okay, when the bill comes, I'm already looking in the sky anyway because I've had a good time in Hackathon. Yeah. So,
I like that. Look to the
so
sky. Yes.
I'm already looking to the sky. But if I was to ever say to a guy that, oh, do you want to go half? That's the date done. He's said you're going home. Do you understand? Like they
Hold
were
on a minute. Let's
so
Whereas me,
disrespected.
No,
I'm
How dare
already
you?
putting
How
out my
dare
card
you?
and paying for
No,
that.
like how dare
That's
you say you're
me.
gonna pay for it? Like,
Because I'm like, you don't owe me nothing.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I know
the
it's
guy will
different,
feel
yeah.
so offended.
Hold on a minute, ladies. So are we saying going Dutch is a thing of the past?
What's Dutch?
When you split,
I
You
know
don't
what
know
Dutch
that,
is,
yeah.
but I have never experienced Dutch. If you're asking, I'm Nigerian in these streets, yeah? If you're asking me to come out on a date, do you know how much this would cost? Hey, sweet Lord Jesus, have mercy on me in 2018.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
sorry. No, I'm not paying
Have
for
you
it.
ever gone halves though?
Do
She's
you know
never
what I
paid.
have? No. Do you know what I have done? Do you know what I have done,
Let's
yeah?
hear it.
In the 10 years I was with my son's father, yeah, if I am in a relationship, yeah, and you're having financial difficulties or whatever, I would do. Do you understand? But I have been in a position, like we all have experienced negative relationships. I've been in a position whereby my child's father didn't have money. And I was providing, I was helping him out, I was buying him trainers when I had the money because I've always worked.
So was you
And then-
a sugar mama?
No, I was not a sugar mother. He was a drug dealer, but he wasn't a very successful one.
Hey.
Yeah. So,
No names will be revealed.
y'all don't know.
Because there is such thing as
What I'm saying
historic
is,
crime.
the way that me and you balance out.
But let me just land, yeah.
Yeah.
My point is, this is, bearing in mind, this is a good, I don't know, this is years ago, yeah. So, my point is, I've been in a relationship, I've actually provided for a man, I've been there, and then when he didn't have, I was wifey.
You showed up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
showed up and showed up. When he started doing 419 and making money, driving Porsche, wearing Rolex, and beforehand, I'd be like, babe, what time are you coming to my house? 9 o'clock. When the money's landed, bam. Babe, where are you? Yeah, I'll be there at 9. Babe, it's 10. Yeah, I'll be there at 10:30. Babe, it's 11. Yeah, I'll see you at midnight. The guy just disappeared. You know, when money landed. So my point is, yeah, that I have been that girl, yeah. I've been the ride or die girl, yeah. And the whole, I want to be treated like a princess. Do you understand? Especially in the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah.
If you can't show me that you can't look after me in the beginning, why the hell am I going to ride for you in the end?
Hey, dropping gems out here.
I'm sorry.
Dropping
Anybody got
gems,
time?
dropping rain,
because I've been
rain,
that girl.
showers.
Let me go half. No.
I don't do
you know
half.
what? I feel
I
like
don't do half, but
I'm. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm old with the old school,
older. No, not
older,
old.
and old
Not
with the old
older.
school. I don't mind taking a man out for dinner
I don't
and paying
mind.
for it.
This
Oh,
one here will roll her eyes at me.
You know what?
Roll her eyes
Let me
at
tell
me.
you something now, ladies.
Can I
Let me know.
go on?
Let me tell you something now. I will even open the door for the man.
No,
No, fuck that
bitch.
shit. I won't
Don't
do
put
that.
me. No, man.
Can I ask
Can I ask you two ladies
I-
a question? Can I ask
I
you
don't
two?
mind paying for a
Come on,
date,
man.
but I'm
I'm
not
not
opening
opening
no
Why
doors.
not open our doors?
Can I ask a
Sometimes
question?
you've got to treat your man like a bitch.
No. I will treat him like a bitch in the room. Yeah, I will treat him like a bitch in the room. However, I'm not opening no doors. I'll pay for a date, but no.
You're not paying?
No, I said I will pay for a date.
I will even throw back the bed sheets for my man. Here you go, babes. Get in the bed.
That is ridiculous.
No, baby. No, baby.
But can I ask a question, ladies? Yeah.
What?
Before Eve met Adam, what was he doing?
He was planting seeds.
Did he not have a job?
Yeah, that was his job. He was toiling the
was
soil.
Was she not sent to him to help the situation, not open doors and pay for bills?
This one here will always.
Sorry, ladies, that's me out. I'm out.
Anyway,
Wow.
For the
My-
next one.
my-
You know what? I find
For the
it.
next
I find it very enlightening how 3 women
We have different
so
perspectives, so that's
on
why.
everything.
It's fine.
Different. You know, I
In
might
different-
have to start doing what you're doing.
In different experiences. So,
As
you know what
well.
I mean? Our
Yeah.
experiences build us and makes us who
But
we
it's
are.
all love.
you
It's
know?
all love. I still believe in love. In 2019, it's gonna
Sure.
happen. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
in
we have to
29, well, I'm currently on a vow of
Oh, yeah, you said
celibacy.
that.
So
I
in
don't know,
2019, the shutters will still be down. Child, yes.
Much.
Padlock.
Pandora
Click,
box.
Click, click. You know, I might even invest in a chastity belt out here.
You who?
A chastity belt.
Okay, good for you.
Oh my days! I need to buy one of those when I go and meet the ex.
What for? For it
So
to come off?
Huh?
No. You know, but I've taken a vow of celibacy. I'm waiting for Mr. Right. If you're out there, holla.
Oh, shit.
Well, there's no such thing as Mr. Right. I believe you meet Mr. Left and you move him to the right. So if Mr. Left is out there, holla.
Wow.
Thank you, ladies, for ladies and gentlemen, for listening.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
Bye.
Bye.
So,
Now we know.
that was
They know
so
enough.
hard.
Huh?
What did he say?
Now you
Now
know.
we know.
What did
You know all our secrets.
You know how to make a move. I'll find time for you. I'll go for dinner I'll go
You go for dinner
with you and you.
Go so often.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.